Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the Montgomery County Legislature. Roll call, please.
Chair Pep.
Present.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Sweet.
Here.
Legislator Allen. Legislator Hadwell Jr.
Present.
Legislator Majewski.
Here.
Legislator Kowalczyk. Legislator Pollock.
Present.
All right. The purpose of this meeting is to entertain a resolution that was actually part of our November full board meeting, but we were unable to pass it at the time because we only had 5 people show up, and it required money from the fund balance, which requires a 6 vote or 2/3 requirement. So now that we have enough numbers here, we are looking to entertain a revote on this, and I guess that's it. So the original resolution authorizing the county executive to execute change order with West Winds Contracting and amend the 2025 operating budget. This is resolution number 279 of 2025. The sponsors were legislators Kelly and Allen. Discussion. Legislator Hadwell.
I think when we discussed this the last time, maybe discuss it further, but are we sure we're gonna be getting this money from this company to pay for this bill? I mean, one of the things that we talked about, wasn't the contractor down there going to reimburse us? I mean, I'd much rather see us require them to put the money in escrow or something so that before we go off and spend all this money, that we are sure that we're gonna get the funds, unless Megan has another take on it.
I think the arrangement, and I have to double check on it, but I believe the arrangement is, we didn't want to wait for them to do the work on their own, because who knows when it will get done, and we want to make sure that there's not stuff flowing around up there. So taking it, the county doing it, making sure it gets done, and then we can deduct it from their monthly, what we pay them 3 months, so we're guaranteed to get the money back. So we pay them every month for running our transfer stations, so we would be deducting this amount.
We have recourse.
From what they owe us.
Does that need to be in the resolution though?
I would think where we have to have a contract with them or something, wouldn't be? I mean, I don't know how we can just go to someone and say, you're gonna do this, and if you don't do this, I'm not gonna pay you for services, because paying you for services is different than, we're talking apples and oranges. Again, I'm not a lawyer, you're the lawyer, but I don't understand how we can.
Yeah, commingle funds designed for their contract with this side job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we say you're gonna pay for it, you're gonna pay for it, but then they say if they're not gonna pay for it, we said, well, too bad, we're just gonna give you this much money less here.
They're aware of the arrangement, and the original contract, says they're responsible for damages and everything else. So it's like if you were leasing property from somebody and you went and busted up the wall, and then they were like, okay, fine, but you're going to be, I'm taking that out of your security deposit, kind of like that.
Yeah. I would much rather see it, a nice, clean, something clean saying this is how we're gonna get our money.
I mean, the reason this is here now and didn't wait till the meeting was, council called me a little more than a week ago and said they're looking for their money. And so, wondered if we could have a special meeting, and I said, they can wait till at least the, committee meetings, if possible, and so that's what we agreed on. So they are in a hurry to get paid.
It's not to get paid. My understanding is that this is work that needs to get done because this is an issue up at the transfer station. That's my understanding, the way it was presented to me.
I think this is work that's been hanging out there for a while to be done. This isn't, unless someone can tell me this is an emergency and it's something that has to be done tomorrow, the building can't be used. I mean, we've had problems down there with this facility for the longest time.
Yeah.
And, it's $150,000. I mean, and like things have happened in the past, we're the one that comes out on the short end of the stick with this, or we spend hours and hours trying to do it. If Gotta Do is supposed to pay this bill, Make them put an escrow account, make them come up front and pay the stuff.
I'm not sure of that.
That was discussed in the building committee meeting.
Clerk has just mentioned to me that, was this a result of an accident?
Yes.
It was. The accident of which was blowing down that wall?
Correct.
Yeah.
So is there a way to put verbiage in the resolution stating that how we're gonna get the money if they don't pay us?
It says, whereas Gotta-Do has accepted responsibility for necessary repairs and will be reimbursing Montgomery County once repairs are completed. We can definitely amend and add more to that.
Do you have anything in writing from them personally?
Yeah, I've seen emails on it. I can't tell you verbatim what they say right now. But I have seen email exchanges. I know they're having discussions.
What's that, Kelly?
Procedurally, do we have to take this off the table to do anything with it since it's on the table currently? We put it on the table in our last meeting.
It's on the table for full board meeting, and this is a special meeting. So procedurally, when it's full board, it's still on the, it should just die at the full board meeting, because technically it's on the table for the next regularly scheduled
Right,
for full board, and
So
this
because
is a
we're doing
special
it ahead of the
meeting.
full board
Yeah.
meeting, it's still alive? I mean, it
It's-
doesn't have to be detailed.
I would not,
Untabled.
if we act on it either
Untabled.
way, I would not,
Yeah.
I would not remove it from the table at the next meeting, no.
And we don't have to remove it from the table now to act on it.
Right, because it's a special meeting, it's not on the table, it's the only item on the agenda. Not ideal.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Roll call.
Unless we amend it.
Yeah. Can I,
Can you think of some good amending language there, Counselor? Can we add to that whereas sentence, once repairs are completed, you know, in the event of non-payment, recourse will be taken out of Gotta-Do's operating revenue?
Sure.
Or
Or you could do a resolve that says, further resolved, if Gotta-Do does not reimburse the county attorney is authorized to take legal action.
yeah, if they don't pay us back, it's in the contract that
Right.
they're, then we would sue them like any other contractor.
Right.
I mean, you could add a resolve saying that I'm authorized to take legal action if they don't reimburse the county.
All right.
That-
Everybody comfortable with that?
Yes.
And you do have concrete evidence that they have accepted responsibility.
I've seen in writing that they acknowledge that they did. Yep.
All right, so revolve that,
It's further resolved.
further resolve that the county attorney will, how do you want us to word this?
I would say further resolved, the Montgomery County Attorney is authorized and directed to take legal action to recover the funds if Gotta-Do does not pay. And then I can just get right on it and file a lawsuit, and you don't have to come back and wait
Got
for a
that, Pat?
resolution.
Sure,
Yeah.
except that, do you want to pay or reimburse?
Reimbursed.
Reimbursed.
And should there be a number of days?
You know, that's what I'm saying too.
You can, yeah, whatever you guys think.
Okay.
But then we're just
Montgomery
not
County
start
Attorney is authorized to
reimbursing-
take legal
After
action.
work is finished, completion of work, 60 days.
Okay,
Should gotta do not reimburse? For a period of 60 days. You got that, Pat?
Further resolved that the Montgomery County Attorney is authorized to take legal action to recover the funds if Gotta-Do does not reimburse in a period of 60 days.
Sound good? All right. All right, I'll sponsor that amendment. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Passed.
All right, and all in favor of the resolution as amended?
Aye.
Can we have discussion?
Discussion? Yes. Sorry.
I don't think you can just leave it at 60 days. I think you have to have a starting point for that 60 days to begin. 60 days could be from, 60 days from when?
From the completion of service? Or
Like completion of work,
completion of work, okay.
is there a second to that
But
amendment?
let's just go with the same. We just added a few words, okay? All right. All in favor as amended?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Passed.
All right. Thank you. Motion to
So
adjourn?
moved.
Second.
Special meeting's adjourned at
6:08.
6:08.
To order, 6:09. Discussion from the floor. Hearing none, I got one resolution, a resolution authorizing the county exec to sign a renewal agreement with Niagara Life and Health Insurance Company for stop loss. Okay, I have a sponsor.
I'll sponsor.
Sal, second. Maria. Discussion? Nicole?
Yes, so this is for medical stop loss, which is necessary, for us to have. What I will add is that the proposal came in $156,000 higher than what it was last year, and that is due to our experience. It is solely experience rated, and so, as such, we didn't budget enough. So come January, I'll have to come back to the board to request an additional almost $157,000 to add to pay that bill. But this is to continue on that policy. We did go out to RFP, and Niagara is the only one that accepted or who agreed to quote.
You're supposed to come with good news from Nicole.
Sorry.
You're supposed to come with good news of how we're going to reduce.
So much good news.
Oh, we got plenty of good news tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Any other discussion?
Glad tidings of good joy this Christmas season.
All in favor, move it to full board?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And other. One other thing I wanted to just bring up real quick under personnel. Back a month ago, or 2 months ago, I had the privilege of going to the motor vehicle department to renew my wife's license to go to an enhanced license. And the people were absolutely wonderful going through the process. However, we couldn't do it because we were missing a marriage license, believe it or not. And I couldn't figure out where I'd want it from. So they finally said, you know what, why don't you go to the passport and get a passport. So I ended up going over the passport, over to the office to do the passport. And the people over there were absolutely wonderful. I mean, so, praises goes to both departments for one, doing everything that they could do to their limit, and then at least directing us to a solution and having a passport within, I think it was within 2 weeks we had a passport. So it worked out really well. So, but no, it's nice when you go and get things done. So.
Well, that's a good story, legislator. Well, you're bringing glad tidings of joy today, as opposed to other times.
No, it was a really good, it was a really, really nice experience. I mean, people talk about different things that happened, but it was really, when we hit the brick wall one way, they, go this way. You don't need as much paperwork to get a passport as a enhanced license.
Yeah.
So.
Did you want to say something?
I don't know if it's appropriate for right now. I was just gonna let the legislature know that the CSEA, and we had talked about it during budget season, that we were in negotiations. CSEA and the county has come to an agreement. It is going to be voted on Friday. So I just wanted to make everybody
So that'll be an add-on for next Tuesday, but one that logistically, I'm just not trying to put words in your mouth, is best served getting done in December, correct?
That is correct, because there's certain things that take effect in January, including, which would create us opening up negotiations again to settle those. So logistically, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All right, Pat?
Got it.
Okay, is this, I'd like to call the Health and Human Services Committee to order. It is 6:12. First on the agenda is discussion. Hearing nothing, we'll go into our two motions because the last one was pulled. The first is a resolution amending the 2025 operating budget, foster care block grant for social services. So, Legislator Kelly and Legislator Sweet. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Okay, and the final resolution is the resolution amending the 2025 operating budget for social services. Sponsor, Chairman Pep and Legislator Pollock. Any discussion?
I just want to commend Commissioner Beck on finding a way to satisfy this need without going into fund balance. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Okay, and next is other. Anything under other? Hearing nothing, motion to adjourn. Legislator Kelly and Legislator Pollock.
Okay, we'll call the Public Safety Committee to order. First thing on the agenda, discussion. Anyone have anything pertaining to this committee to discuss? Hearing none, we'll move on to the single resolution. It's a resolution amending the 2025 operating budget for assigned council. I need a sponsor. Second?
I'll second it.
Discussion.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just think it's worth mentioning to everybody here some things that have occurred related to this whole assigned council. Montgomery County Attorney Mannion contacted me late last week to tell me that some of these assigned council people were not objecting, but to the, upon finding out that they weren't going to be reimbursed for mileage, said they're not going to handle the cases anymore, some of which may have been in progress. So, and she asked me, what was, do you feel that this was a drop dead date, that as of the date of the resolution, that should go in effect? Or should we do this as on anything that was already in progress, that somebody may have been commuting a distance, can we continue it until the case is closed? And, I guess we hadn't considered that side of things while looking at the resolution. So I thought, well, it's probably fair if that's what under the premise that they accepted the job, that they were going to get mileage for it, that, or in order to finish it off, maybe we should keep our promise. But then I got wondering, since there's such acute record keeping with this function, that how would we ever determine, any cases that are long and drawn out as to when they are actually finished? And so then we began to talk about Attorney Mannion contacting the attorney who handles this, Attorney Francisco, because I wanted some accountability as it was pertained to this. If we were going to say, okay, Attorney Jones from Glens Falls, who's doing a case in Montgomery County, tell us when this is going to, we'll give you this, we'll continue to reimburse you for that until it's closed, but how are we going to keep track of when it's closed and keep track of it accurately? So Attorney Mannion then approached Attorney Francisco and said, we need some accountability on your end in order to extend this, if we're going to extend it for anybody who had a case in progress. Today, the auditor called me and said how he was going to be treating these invoices, which was he was going to be rejecting the mileage and the tolls, but also rejecting the the way our resolution was worded, it's subject to interpretation insofar as being reimbursed for being in the car. You know, does the $158 an hour clock start as soon as you press start and start heading to Montgomery County? And you also, you know, press it on your way back, you know, is that the totality of your trip, or is this for court time? And literally, it's for court time. It's not for the ride to and from court.
That's not what we were told, though.
No, no. So, ultimately, and quite frankly, when we passed this thing and talked about it during the budget, in my own mind's eye, thought it pertained to mileage and tolls, not time in the car. I didn't think people were billing for time in the car. Now, one thing the auditor told me today was that there's not a real need to monitor these things as they progress, because we usually don't get the invoice for payment until the case is closed on 95% of them. There's not a lot of them that protract out over a long period of time, and once it's signed off on by the judge and then by Attorney Francisco, 95% of the time the case is closed. So I don't know that we need to a procedure in place to monitor how these things progress through the court on a protracted basis, unless it pertains to that. But I wanted you to be aware of this, you know, as we look to make a decision here. And come to find out also, it's not, at this point yet, it's not systemic. We don't have mutiny on the bounty with, you know, several lawyers saying this. And what Marco then began to tell me was that many times on these invoices, it just says court time 3 hours, and some people don't even put mileage on. So there's no universal way to fill this form out, you know, where it has a line for court time, a line for drive time, a line for mileage, a line for tolls. Some of them just all group it all up into, you know, court time. So, and you know, that's their way around it, I suppose. And I don't know that we can't monitor that. So I wanted to, you know, ask all of you in your, you know, so we can decide this collectively, you know, your feelings on this. Were you all under the impression that they were getting reimbursed $158 an hour for being in the car to drive here?
Yes.
None of us were.
I thought it was driving to court, not from their house.
I thought they
Yeah.
said they were, the second they
Well,
got in the car, they're charging.
Driving to court, Michelle, I'm sorry, Maria, but driving to court, Michelle, yes, but if they're coming from Glens Falls,
Yes, I
you know,
do.
whether they're driving from their office or their home, the minute they hit the road to come here, they were looking to get paid $158 an hour for that. But anyway, Maria, you think, you interpreted it that way?
Yes.
You
That's a
did.
common practice,
Yeah.
though, Mike.
Huh?
That's common practice.
Okay.
If a lawyer leaves their office to go to Glens Falls to go to court for you, they're paying from the time they leave their office to go to court.
Okay, all right.
They
As
make
long as
a call in
everybody's.
the car.
Yep. Okay, but I mean, as far as changing the mileage and toll part, I don't know that we, you know, I mean, we don't need to do that, you know. So, I don't know what anybody else, I want to hear some opinions, that's all. No other opinion?
What is it amended to so far? What's the line
With this 360 or before the?
before the 360?
I don't even know off the top of my head.
What, it was 550 and then we gave them 280?
This is gonna put us up around 8, isn't it, for the year?
Close to 9, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be $1 million.
I just,
That'd be $1 million. You know, that's a round number for us. Health insurance is free, this is $1 million, you know, just keep.
but I didn't think that so many cases were supposed to be conflicted out.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing we did
And
learn.
every time these resolutions come up, yeah, we sit here and we discuss them. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
You know, they talk about the mileage reimbursement or travel reimbursement, whatever they want to call it. We gave them a raise in that meantime too.
Well, we sure did. Well.
You didn't
the state
complain
did.
about that.
Yeah. No, you're right, Martin. I think we all feel the same way, you know, pretty much.
I did have a talk with the conflict defender today about just the systemic issues going on, and recommended that maybe the county executive and I can meet with public defender and try and get a better idea of what's going on with some of these conflicts.
But isn't that what we were discussing during budget process and?
Yeah.
What if we had a single public defender that just dealt with conflicts?
So, I got, not my department,
I know,
but I'm just, so the way it's structured and set up, that was the other thing I talked with the conflict defender about today too, is about what other cases they can take on more in-house. And he had some good ideas and suggestions of what he was gonna try to do to help with these issues. As well as some other discussions he wants to have, which I thought were good. But the way it's set up and the way it's intended is you have the conflict defender who is full-time, who is supposed to kind of be the spoke in the wheel, who's like, the case comes in, he assigns it out. Then we have like what's called a hybrid model. So we have the assigned counsel administrator who does the assigning, and then we have a conflict defender who is supposed to be taking cases to help when there's coverage issues and to help make sure that we're, having coverage for the cases. So we do have a part-time person who is supposed to kind of act like a public defender in a way, just a conflict defender in a different office. And then we have the assigned counsel administrator who assigns the cases out to a panel.
Can we find out how many hours this assistant or this other person has actually worked for us?
The executive did make an inquiry into that. We got some information, we still need some more.
What's that much?
So conversations are ongoing, and definitely is recognized, I think, also by the department that there's some stuff that needs to be done here. When I spoke with the conflict administrator, the assigned counsel administrator, he did have concerns he mentioned because of the resolution last month. They were down at least 4 lawyers. So he did mention that, but I think he's going to try and reduce costs and see what he can do to try and cover stuff. But I think there's some more discussions that need to happen.
Meanwhile, we have to pay this bill. So,
Back to do some of these attorneys, and I'm only hearing bits and pieces, do some of these attorneys never even appear in the office? Do you know? Because the question was, if the attorneys don't ever appear in the office, and they never even see each other, they have never even, how can, you have 2 attorneys working for the public defender's office that never are in the office, how can they be a conflict if they're not even associated with each other at any point? Because one of the questions I brought up with someone was, why can't we take the public defender's office and split them? And this group never sees this group, so then it can't be a conflict.
So that is exactly one of the things I discussed today with assigned counsel, and that's something that I would like to have a meeting with the executive and the public defender on, just to get a better handle on that. Because what I think, and what I would like to get more information on is, it's not an issue of them being in the office together or not. It's an issue of the cloud and what cases they can access and get information to or not. So if you have one person who committed a crime and there's something related in that case to that would impact another person. So now someone commits a crime, you have information from that crime that can negatively impact another defendant in another case. The question as an attorney is, do you have something that would put that other person at a disadvantage because of your knowledge? There are ways in big corporate law firms where you can put up walls in these clouds to make sure that certain people can't access certain files, especially in big law firms. So
We can access our emails on our phones, so we're gonna put these firewalls up?
So I think this is what I don't know enough about, that I want to ask some questions on is, I believe that they use a state system. I have to believe there's a way to put up similar safeguards.
I just think there
and-
has to be a way that we can work with this problem instead of paying $1 million every year and having it keep going up, because everybody and their brother is using a public defender now because they don't want to pay for lawyers because they're so expensive.
Right, and it's an issue across New York State, and I was at the County Attorney, Association of County Attorney meetings 2 weeks ago, and this was an issue. Everyone's hitting about 800,000 with their conflict defenders at the small counties I talk to. But I do think that we know that there are ways to
Remember you were asking that question?
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, that's happening
So
there.
the
Yeah.
discussions are ongoing, so I had some talks
So
today.
we've discussed before, we're not the only one in this boat.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure it out, and there needs to be a better way to do this, because this is crazy
Yeah,
expensive.
it's just flying off the
It's
handle.
just crazy that everybody's having an issue.
Yeah.
And not just us, you
Yeah.
know? So it's where can we fix this
You-
issue, because it's huge.
You were looking for silver linings?
Give me one.
Yeah. So back when we did the last amendment to this, they projected they needed an additional 450,000.
Oh, we got lucky.
So we saved 90,000.
Oh, it's a bargain basement.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten to the end of December yet.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get invoices again though, till they come like once a quarter, right? He said? They hold on to them and the judge holds on to them.
I'm not sure, I'm not
I
sure
think the judge
how
holds
often
on
they
to
hold
them,
on
and
to
then
them.
it gives them, the judge gives it to him.
My understanding is that there is a practice, I don't know
Yeah.
why or what it comes from, but there is a practice of getting many vouchers at the
At
same
once.
time.
Maybe
Yeah.
the assistant will do more work in December and then we'll have to spend another
Yes.
$90,000.
Okay.
All right, any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Abstain? Move that to the full board. Anything under other? If not, motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Second.
MKMK.
All right, I'd like to call the Physical Services Committee to order at 6:28. We have nothing on the agenda, but anybody want to discuss anything? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Adjourned at 6:08,
28.
28.
or 28.
I would like to call the Economic Development and Planning Committee, 6:28. First on the agenda is discussion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move right into resolution. Our first resolution is a resolution amending the 2025 operating budget, 2025-2026 Snowmobile Trails Grant and Aid Program. We have a sponsor in a second, Legislator Kelly and Legislator Sweet. All in favor? Or discussion, I'm sorry. No discussions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions. That will move to the full board. Our last resolution is resolution adopting the Montgomery County Local Soil Waste Management Plan. Do I have a sponsor in a second? Chair Pep and Legislator Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions. Is there anything under other? Hearing none. I need a motion to adjourn. Second. Okay. At 6:29.
I call the Education and Government Committee to order at 6:30. Any discussion from anybody? Hearing none, we'll move right along. We do have a few add-ons on the committee. First is a resolution adopting introductory local law I, local law 9 of 2025, a local law amending the salary of the Montgomery County Sheriff. Do I have a sponsor? Chair Pep, seconded by Legislator Kowalczyk. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution appointing Republican election commissioner.
I'll sponsor.
Legislator Sweet, seconded by Chair Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution setting the date and time of the 2026 organizational meeting. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Majewski, seconded by Legislator Pollock. Discussion.
Today, our clerk of the legislature got an email from the county clerk indicating that, and I wanted to tap more of the knowledge of people, no offense, who have been through 3 elections and And when we all get sworn in at the same time, not these one-offs, you know, where people passed away and came in and filled part of a term or whatever. Indicated that we all needed to make appointments with her to sign our oath of office. And I said, that just doesn't, I don't recall that in January of 17, when Judge Seiss swore us in, January of 20, when Judge Cortez swore us in. In 23, something happened where we had a last minute, and the county clerk did swear us in then. We couldn't find a judge, or, you know, perhaps Cheryl, and I'm not, you know, the previous clerk, you know, didn't address it as immediately, and we got in a situation where we needed somebody to do it, and we had the county clerk do it. And so I don't recall in any of those 3 9-person swearing sessions us ever having to go make an appointment with the county clerk to sign an oath of office. We signed them that night, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that should be our expectation, correct? I just want to make sure.
Is there anything in the charter?
Oaths of office, so you get sworn in, you take your oath.
And then the oaths are, I mean, you're physically taking the oath, correct, Counselor? Why, wouldn't it make sense for the document to be signed once you've been sworn in and not ahead of time? We're being requested to sign these things in advance of the meeting, especially when it's never been done before.
I think the reason for the email is that there's a swearing-in ceremony separate and before the meeting, where typically everyone would get sworn in at the same time and sign their cards.
Right, and that's what's going to happen on that night.
I think there is a separate swearing-in ceremony. So
What do you mean?
I believe some legislators have another ceremony set up.
Well, Legislator Headwell had his son do it in 23, and but I think he's going to do it again this time. But the rest of us,
So
we're going to get
I
boilerplate.
talked to the clerk about that today,
Mhm.
and I think that because she told me she had sent that, and I think her intention was just a reminder to everybody, if you have a separate ceremony, just to make sure you're
A
also
separate
signing.
ceremony.
No,
No,
the email said that all legislators needed to make an appointment
by email or something.
before they were sworn in
It's
to sign
totally
their oath.
different than
She'll
what's
still be
happening.
here though, right?
Yes.
Well, she has
Well,
to,
she
she has to
She has
start
to
the
run the
meeting.
meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
That can be, that's why it happened that way in the past. Whether it was Helen Bartone or,
And she would bring us cookies.
yeah, well, or, and I don't know if Brittany, in the,
We're still waiting.
I don't know if in 2020, Brittany was the clerk, I believe she
I
was.
got you.
You know, but, I mean, we signed them here that night too.
When
And-
when she comes to the meeting, she brings the oaths, she gives them all to us, she opens the meeting, and then we have our oaths.
Yeah.
Why would we do anything different?
I don't know.
Why, she's gonna have the oaths anyway, so what would be the difference of she having them and handing them out to us to sign them?
Isn't it easier to kill 9 birds with 1 stone than to have 9 separate appointments? You know, I don't.
I don't know, I can't speak to
Yeah.
that. All I know is that
I
my,
just-
my understanding was that it was a reminder to anybody that you need to make sure you're signing your oath of office also, in
Yeah.
addition to having a swearing-in ceremony.
So we want to sign them that night, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Then that's the communication that we will do.
Martin, will you swear me in?
If you
Okay,
would like.
that was my discussion. Thank you, Martin.
Okay. Any other discussion on the resolution? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing Montgomery County Executive to sign contract for waste transportation services associated with Montgomery County Transfer Station. Sponsor, Legislator Majewski, seconded by Chair Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing an increase in solid waste tipping fees at county transfer stations. I'll sponsor. Is there a second? Legislator Kowalczyk. Discussion. This will take us to 0.
County treasurer.
This will cover all.
Yes,
This
it
will
will.
net
We'll
us
cover all
out.
the increases.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution adopting introductory local law H, local law 8 of 2025, a local law establishing salaries of various county officials. Is there a sponsor? Chair Pep, seconded by legislator Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Now on to the add-ons. Next is a resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement, Cornell Cooperative Extension. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Sweet, seconded by legislator Majewski. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement, Soil and Water Conservation District. Is there a sponsor? Chair Pep, seconded by legislator Pollock. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement, Office for the Aging. I'll sponsor. Is there a second?
Second.
Legislator Sweet, discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution authorizing county executive to sign contracts, insurance coverage. Is there a sponsor? Chair Pep, seconded by legislator Majewski. Discussion, Chair Pep.
Yes, Chair, I'm looking to make an amendment to this financial impact statement that says we'll need a 2026 operating budget amendment representing a $105,027 year-over-year increase to what was budgeted for 2026.
I'll second that.
All right?
Is there any other discussion on the amendment? Hearing none, all those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. On the resolution as amended, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. Next is a resolution amending Resolution 107, Part 4. Is there a sponsor? Legislator Kowalczyk, seconded by legislator Majewski. Discussion. Yes?
Can we have a little back story on?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Why?
interested. Is it a social security thing?
Oh, Yeah, probably go into executive session if
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
talk about a particular person.
Okay.
It was a Christmas present to you, Chair.
Oh,
They found out there were 4 million and
Yeah.
we just wanted to give you a little bump.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to go into executive session, or?
I'll move it.
Okay.
Is there a
And we'll
second?
keep who in?
Let's say the,
Was there a
personnel
second,
officer.
please?
And the executive, the
Executive.
county attorney, and the clerk.
And what about the new legislators that'll be starting?
No, not yet.
They didn't sign the oath.
No
No.
offense.
May I ask if there was a second?
I second.
Thank you.
There is budget and finance after, so
Yep.
if you want to stick. We won't leave you hanging this time.
I make a motion that we come out of executive session where no action was taken.
Second.
All right. Back to the resolution, amending Resolution 107, Part 4. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carried. I think that's my last add-on. Anything
Yes.
under other?
No.
Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Maria and Michelle.
Good to call the Budget and Finance Committee to order at 6:50 PM. Any discussion? No? Moving on to the first resolution, resolution approving the abstract of audited claims. Do you have a sponsor? Legislator Kelly and Chair Pep. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, moves to the full board. Resolution amending 2025 operating budget for community college tuition by the county treasurer. Do I have a sponsor? Legislator Sweet, Legislator Kelly. Any discussion?
Yes, Chair. Is this amount also being paid by Fulton County?
No, this is for Montgomery County residents. Montgomery County students going to other community colleges, not Fulton, not FM.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
Yes.
Good. Legislator
Go ahead, Martin.
Is there an increase in one particular college that they're all going to, or?
No, it's just about, well, there's a yearly, the the reimbursement rates change every year for community colleges. But like I said, over the last 3 years, the number of students has been steadily increasing that go to community colleges. We were short last year, and we've been slowly.
Other than ours.
Other than ours. We've been slowly increasing the budget, which is, we're not increasing it fast enough.
But FM's, they're up though too.
Yeah, they
Their
are.
attendance, so it's not like they're
I
not
think
going
that-
there.
I
They're
think
not
you're
falling
seeing a
asleep at
bigger
the
shift
switch.
just starting at the community college level.
Yeah, I agree.
13th, 14th grade.
Mhm.
Mike, I know you sit on the, or you used to sit on the college board, and
Yes.
you're friends with the president. I've asked a couple different times, and I know that if a student in Montgomery County gets a personalized letter saying you're accepted,
I know, you've asked this before.
would that help us with the kids staying in Montgomery County than going to Schenectady County? Because now the kid goes to Schenectady County, and we're paying Schenectady County. I mean,
Some of it is though, Legislator Headwell, a function of what those schools offer versus what ours offers. You know, if you want culinary, you're gonna go to Schenectady. There's certain things at Hudson Valley, I don't, you know, I mean, I know that there's specialized programs that people gravitate to that we don't have there, but
But when you
I
get a-
also understand what you're saying, and maybe they could grab more heads to people who aren't in specialties, you know?
when you get a
General
personalized
studies.
letter from a college saying,
Yeah.
you're accepted, you're here, well, I'm gonna go there then.
Yeah.
But if you get one from here, you get, well, maybe I'll go here. But I mean, how hard is it to go and get a list of every senior in 5 schools in Montgomery County and send them an own personal letter saying,
You're accepted.
accepted, versus just come on an acceptance day and you're gonna be automatically accepted? I mean,
it's
here,
a-
it's a letter.
May I interject?
Sure.
I'm a trustee of the college, and we have a meeting on Thursday night, and I'll bring up that question as to see if there's any answer.
And it has been
Legislator.
brought up before, Pat, just so you know. I
Right.
mean, by
But
Legislator
when
Headwell.
kids get these letters, I mean, graduation party, they put them out, look,
Right.
I got accepted to a college, you know, it's,
I can bring it up.
I don't know that they're gonna be publicizing that one, though. No, you know what I mean? I mean, I went there for 2 years and got an associate's before I got my bachelor's, but it's not the type you post on the refrigerator. It's just good to know, you know? You know, no, I mean, it's not,
I will bring it up.
you know.
The microbiology that I took there was a good course.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, moves to the full board. Second, let's see, resolution amending the 2025 operating budget for hospital and medical insurance. I need a sponsor. Legislator Kelly, Legislator Headwell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, moves to the full board. Resolution authorizing Montgomery County Executive to sign a contract for solid waste disposal with Seneca Meadows Incorporated. Need a sponsor. Legislator Pollock, Legislator Kowalczyk. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, moves to the full board. Is there anything under other?
Sure.
Yeah.
I would like to sponsor a resolution directing the county executive to submit resolutions for any monies that's spent out of the capital plan next year. So, I mean, we approved the capital plan, I'm gonna say say $1 million. Instead of that money just being dispersed out, that when they go to spend the money starting in January, that anything spent out of it has to have a resolution coming before us. We have 3 brand-new board members that, I mean, if the money's been approved by bond, we can't change the project. The only thing we can do is say yes or no to the money. But if we have $1 million being spent on a fund balance, we can change the projects, we can do anything we want with that. But I just think that we should be, the money being spent, we should be approving or disapproving, instead of just saying, here's a open checkbook for $3 million, go ahead and do what you want to do, without us having any kind of clue of what's
When,
going on.
more when it happened, right? Because we have, I mean, we've approved the capital plan, it's gonna be $1.4 million, $1.5 million. We know what projects are going into it. I think more what you're saying, and I could be wrong, is when it comes time to write the check for the grade all, we wanna see it on a resolution. When it even, when it comes time to write the check for whatever we said we were gonna spend the money on, is that what you're asking? Put it in a resolution, so we know it happens as it's happening, not after the fact.
And let everybody decide if that's what's gonna happen. I mean, we're spending $3 million on fund balance tonight. We might come down to the point and say, you know what? Let's not spend all its fund balance for the capital project, or we could do it, but that gives everybody that choice to have a discussion about spending it.
Legislator Kelly.
I agree that we need to be more aware of how the capital plan monies are being spent. The only thing that I worry about, if you're putting them all into resolution, then what's the point of having the capital plan? We do the capital plan separate from the budget so that we don't let that cloud what we're doing with the budget. We need to continue to budget for improvements, infrastructure, buildings, whatever we're doing for capital plans, roofs, HVACs. If we do a resolution each time it comes up, then there's no point in doing the capital plan. And if we're not gonna do the capital plan, why do we even bother planning for future projects and stuff? I think,
There's wisdom in that too.
yeah, I do think though, sometimes the capital plan gets altered without our knowledge, sometimes I think, or, it's critical infrastructure, so we'll just put it under here. I think if we got a report each time or something, I don't know if a resolution, but I won't be here.
Right.
Back
Those are
when.
good points too.
Back when the sheriff was here talking about the emergency, or the ambulance garage.
Yeah, yeah.
We were going to cut the improvements, he offered the cuts to the gun range. I think that we need to continue doing these improvements because, the AS 400, I know Sean doesn't want to hear it, but we continually keep budgeting for it because we know it's something. We know we need to do something about this.
Yes.
And by putting it in the capital plan, we're admitting we got to address it.
I agree.
But I do think there needs to be some more oversight and legislative authority.
Over what?
How the monies are being, if they're being altered.
If they're being altered.
If they're being altered.
Yes, yeah.
If they're being altered, they're coming to us anyway, right? If they're asking for more.
They can change the project without us.
Well, the projects are never set
Yeah.
solid, right? I mean, they're not like,
Right.
we're doing ABC, it's like we're doing ABCD, and we'll fill in.
And just because it's in the capital plan
Right.
doesn't mean it's happening. The AS 400's been in the capital plan
Right.
for a few years and we
Right.
haven't done
That's
anything
true.
with it. But, critical maintenance line,
Yeah.
we budget money into that. That can go anywhere.
Yeah, that's more of a catch-all than it is a specific AS 400 type line. So you don't know what it's being spent on when that line item's being dispersed, but.
But again, I won't be here.
So is there a directive given to the
Well, it was
county executive?
it was a suggestion by Legislator Hadwell. That's a good question. I don't know that. We have two good, a point and a counterpoint here, so I'm not the one to decide, but we have to decide.
No, I think you can decide in January.
If we decide in January, then the money could be spent January 1st and we have a meeting on January 6th. So it's something that has to be discussed now because what happens is the floodgates open January 1st. And that's been a proven point before. I just think that,
Pete, can you come up with something where we get disclosed when the money's spent?
Yes, I can do that. Just thinking about the mechanics of it, how to do that.
It can be an attachment like the procurement record.
Yeah.
I don't have a copy of the capital projects list with me.
Yeah, well, we all have it someplace,
But obviously, if it's a big purchase, like a great all, I'd like to know about that, when that money is transferred, that money.
You wanna know too.
Even though we've already planned for it,
Yeah, yep.
I'd like to be able to report back that we did buy a brand new great all for
Right.
X amount of dollars. Okay.
All right, if you can develop something for us,
Yeah,
please?
sure.
All right, just some form of disclosure?
And before the money is expended.
before the money is expended.
We would like to have notification of exactly what's being
You
expended.
know, we're gonna be spending, you know, this amount of money, you know, from our capital plan, you know, and, give us, we always can have an attachment that shows the lines that we plan on spending the capital plan, right? I mean, we broke them all out. It's on one of Ken's worksheets. So we all get an idea that, you know, maybe in August or September, but then then 3 months go by in budget, and then the next year comes, and the money might be going out the door, so, you know, I guess we wanna know, it'd make good sense to know before it happens, rather than after.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be tuned up and tightened up.
Okay.
Anything else under other? No? Motion to adjourn?
moved.
Second.
MK. Closed at 7:01. Merry Christmas, everybody.
We haven't seen it before.
I won't be here next week.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Where you
So I'm
going
saying,
now?
Going to see